Now this article should hit closer to home. U.S. motorists urged to not hoard fuel at the pipeline attack. U.S. motorists have been, North Carolina, Virginia, and Florida have declared a state of emergency as petrol stations began running dry and prices rose. The average price for petrol stood at $2.98 per gallon on Tuesday, its highest since November 2014. The American Automobile Association said some motorists in the Southeast were pictured stocking up on fuel, but U.S. Energy Secretary Jennifer Granholm said that there was no need for motorists to hoard petrol. Ms. Granholm said there was not a shortage but supply crunch in North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia, and Southern Virginia, regions that typically rely on colonial for fuel. A ransomware cyber attack on Friday forced Colonial Pipeline to shut down the main part of its network. The operator has forecast they will now substantially restore operations that 5,500-mile pipeline network that supplies nearly half of the East Coast fuel to the end of the week. The FBI has accused a criminal gang called DarkSide of the ransomware attack. The gang is believed to have been based in Russia or Eastern Europe and avoids targeting computers that use languages from former Soviet republics, cyber experts say. Ransomware is a type of malware designed to lock computers by encrypting data and demanding payment to regain access. Russia's embassy in the U.S. rejected speculation that the country's government was behind the attack. President Joe Biden a day earlier said there was no evidence so far that Russia was responsible. If the general public or politicians ever needed proof of how devastating cyber attacks can be, this hack will more than suffice. Chaos at the pumps, state of emergency declared, and the White House calling for calm. And this is just the stuff we told about. In Colonial's pipeline last press update, we're giving hints about the mayhem inside the company. With high-tech sensors and safety systems taken offline, the firm says it's hired dozens of staff to walk or drive the 5,000-mile length of the pipeline every day. And it's also deployed helicopters to check on the pipes and a growing fleet of delivery trucks. Another clue to the chaos is that the company website has been periodically taken offline. Colonial says this is a separate problem, telling it has now blocked all traffic outside the U.S. Even the hackers themselves seem surprised by the damage they caused. Now, according to new research from cybersecurity company FireEye, the hackers known as DarkSide launched a global crime spree in August last year, raking in millions from organizations in more than 15 countries. But this hack seems like it's made across the sort of line, even for these hardened criminals. The true test of the morals, though, will depend on whether or not they continue to extort the company or help it recover. More than 7% of patrol stations in Virginia and 5% in North Carolina had no fuel on Tuesday as demand jumped 20%, tracking firm Gas Buddy said. On Tuesday, the government stepped in to issue an emergency fuel waiver lasting 1 week designed to alleviate any shortages. The Environmental Protection Agency said the move, which relaxes some rules usually applied to fuel, will run until 18 May in Pennsylvania, Virginia, Maryland, and Washington, D.C. In addition, Georgia suspends sales tax of petrol until Saturday. On Monday, North Carolina declared a state of emergency and temporarily suspended vehicle fuel regulations to ensure adequate fuel supply throughout the state. While the pipeline outrage is having short-term consequences in some regions, some experts believe longer-term impact will be small. Markets will go crazy, but 2 weeks later, no one will know it happened, said Chuck Watson, director of research at Enki, which studies the economic effects of natural and other disasters. Fuel prices were expected to rise with the start of the summer driving season, although the U.S. Energy Information Administration said on Tuesday that the ongoing effects of the pandemic will significantly affect petroleum markets in summer 2021. The pipeline shutdown contributed to the rise in fuel prices, the AAA said. We might see delivery challenges due to the attack and add a few cents to expect the increase in national average, a spokesperson said. Now, some where I live right now, there are some gas stations where like they're locking up the gas, like they're only selling diesel because they have a shortage on gasoline. So I don't know what to tell you guys, but hey, maybe I'm just rambling. Let me know. Well, let me know what you think in the comment section. I want to hear what you think. Sign off.